Awesome. It's good to get some guys healthy, get on the road to recruit a little bit. A little bit different than last year, when coach was letting us know we were all 3 and 5 coaches. This year we got to go out as 5 and 1 coaches, but it is what it is. You just got to want to win, and we got a great opportunity ahead of us, and like we've been saying, no regrets. Let's go on. Let's move on and get to next week.
What do you think about having 2 bye weeks this year?
A little different. Obviously, the best part about it is you get to get healthy. The worst part about it is I like playing games, so it's just part of it. I'm sure there's a rhyme or reason. No one asked me if we needed 2 bye weeks, so after that, I don't care. They can do it. I'm just gonna follow the rules and do what I'm supposed to do.
Go back to Tucson with Coy and Bill Punts. Was there a decision there, or was it just Josh?
Josh been banged up a little bit. Josh got, like I said, he's got great hands, but obviously the other part is just trying to kickstart our punt return. I'm not one of those guys going to sit doing the same thing. So just trying to get some life into that, and Coy's a great player. We got a lot of great players, but it wasn't just Josh. It's kind of our some of our scheme that we're doing. So that falls on me. So I'm just trying to change some things up.
So why was it Coy opposed to I guess any other guy?
He's just, he's been catching punts since he's been here, and kind of one of those deals that feel good about, putting him back there. I trust Coy. I trust them all. I shouldn't really use the word trust, but I think Coy can do some stuff as well. So, but he has done it before, and I just think going into that game where we were at, just want to try something different.
Coach, backtracking to Joey McGuire's statement to you guys as a coaching staff and also to his captain, when he said that we're still a 3 and 5 unit coming into this year, even though we're 5 and 1. How have you kind of passed that message down to your guys, from the special teams to the running back room?
That goes back to, everyone's different. Obviously in this profession, coaches win with a lot of different styles. I honestly go each week. I'm worried about being 1-0. I don't worry about the past. Obviously, some things happened last year. I still think, as coaches, we did a great job from going from 3 and 5, the situation we were dealt, to get into a bowl game. I keep saying kudos to Kitley, DeRuiter, and then our head coach, for rallying the troops. This year, obviously we're a better football team. We're 5 and 1, and you know what? I'll be the first to tell you, I'm proud to be 5 and 1. I'm gonna wear that across my chest, because we're playing. We've from the first football game to where we're at now, we're a better football team, and our kids are, they're practicing their butt off and they're playing hard. We're playing physical, which that to me is the thing that I kept since I've been here. We got to be a physical football team. If you're going to win consistently, that's what you got to be. And I think that's kind of where we're shifted. And I think our coaches are doing a good job of getting all these young kids there.
How much work or rest did Taj get last week?
A bunch.
A bunch.
He needed it. Taj, I say needed. He wanted to practice, but we ran him more than we did anything. Like I'm saying, just getting his cardio. We didn't really practice him like physical. He did some 7-on-7 stuff, but just kind of worked more on his cardio than we did kind of banging around. Now there's 2 young kids. We hit them. I want those guys. Those guys we still got some work to do with them. But Taj, he's like me. I don't need to go out there and get hit. My age, bad things happen when you get hit. So Taj, same thing. He's been hit enough. So we worried more about just catching the football, getting his legs underneath him, and rehabbing, getting him ready to go for the second part of the season.
You mentioned right there, you're entering the second half right now. Looking back on the first half, are you surprised in any way, whether happy or sad, as far as what you've seen?
I'm happy. There's no sadness to this guy. I ain't like that. There ain't gonna be no sadness for being where we're at. I'm happy, but do we still have work to do? Yeah, I think this football team can get better. We have not reached where we need to be at. I definitely think we're gonna get better. Just from some mistakes, turnovers. I think I can get better as a coach. Just some things. Our special teams can get better. So yeah, you're always gonna get better. But yeah, I'm happy where we're at. But by no means am I sitting here going, we're gonna stay right where we're at. Doing no, that's not what I'm about. It's not what Joey McGuire's about, and that's not what our kids are about. Our kids have come to work I say kids, I keep saying that. Our men have come to work every week. And we've gotten better. I mean, you know, like I said, you guys have seen the same thing we've seen. We've gotten better as a football team, but we still got ways to go to be a complete football team. So I'm excited about that because, like I said, there's some good football still to be played in this conference. So
Joey said he's not going to reveal what you guys kind of learned from yourself in internal evaluation, but how did you like that process?
you know, I love it because I've kind of always been. I say I think we have always been one of those groups that we don't mind criticism from each other. We really don't. I mean, I think it's that's what makes you better as a coach. So I like kind of looking in the mirror, and I'm the first one to take the blame when things go bad. And, you know, I'm just not going to sit there and keep doing the same thing, you know, that I've been doing. So I like changing some things up. So I think it's good anytime you look and go, hey, we can do better here, there. You know, why are these situations happening? You know, why are we not good on something? Then you look at it and go, well, it's probably because we're doing the same thing. So that's kind of my thing, is switching stuff up. That's what we did last week. And getting some of those young kids, you know, our young players they're getting better and better. So that was the best part about last week, is getting those guys involved more, you know, in practice and hitting and then some of the competition stuff.
When Taj had those 2 fumbles against Arizona, so unlike him, is there anything you
I
have to
did.
say?
Yeah, I just basically, I mean, I told him he'll never play again here at Tech. He better find someplace else. No, hell, that was an anomaly. I mean, the kid, he was crushed. And with Taj, you just have to you know, Taj, move on, man, because he does. He will. It bothered him. I mean, it bothered him the next day. It bothered him last week. But you know, I also knew. I felt sorry for whoever when he got the ball late, because I knew that he was going to take the game personally. Now that whatever happened, it was on his shoulders, and he was going to make something happen. So that's the good part about Taj. You know, the fumble part was, and it was crazy because he had the ball protected in both situations with his arm. So it's just the way it happened. You know, fumbles are a freak deal. But the good thing is, you know, kudos to our defense for getting some takeaways as well. You know, so that's how you win football games. You know, if you just turn the ball over and you're the team that's always turning the ball over, chances are you ain't going to win. But now our defense is taking the ball away as well. So that's the best part.
Coach, going back to those young guys in the backfield, how do you feel their maturity is right now, knowing that they still have to earn those reps behind Taj?
Well, they know. You know, like I said, we talk daily about what they need to do to get better. They both know what they're good at and what they're working on, and so that's the thing I love about. They're as honest as I am. You know, they are right on, you know, pace to get better, but they also know what they have to get better at. That's the biggest thing. You know, I think in the side we live in, these kids, you know, they get so much patting on the back that they don't want to get better. They don't want people telling them, well, guess what? That's not how we are here. We want to tell them the truth and then go out and fix it. So,
For both of those guys, what is that one thing you want them to focus on right now?
I think they're learning the offense. You know, sometimes when you're a freshman or you're young, you're in survival mode. You just go out there and play, which that's good. But then when you start getting late into the season where, you know, there's a lot of moving pieces and parts, you have to know what everything that's going on. So just getting to know the offense better, and then the physicality. You know, I've said it all along, that's what separates high school kids and college kids, and that's what separates the NFL from college. You know, it's a physical football. You know, when you go every level, you jump. The physicality, especially at running back, what we ask our guys to do, they got to be able to run, they got to be able to block, and they got to be able to catch, and they got to be able to make plays. And so it was different, you know, for some of those kids in high school, they were the best, and you know, they could do all that stuff. Now when you get here, everyone's as good as you. So it's the extra things that they're doing, which Taj Brooks has done over his career, and that's the best thing though. He's showing them, hey, this is what you have to do to be a great running back. So we got that in our back pockets, what really helps.
Kenny, in the fourth quarter in Tucson, when you were down 19-18, and you had the field goal situation, it looked like you broke your pattern with the kickers for the first time this year. What was the significance?
You know, kind of one of those deals. It goes back to kind of who's doing what practice-wise. You know, we'll be back into both those guys. Like I said, this week, starting last week, they started competing again, and we've got back into compete mode. And you know, I kind of go into the game, pregame, halftime. It matters. I mean, you have to evaluate your guys. Those guys, you know, no different. So we're going back to the same thing that we were doing, and just, you know, that situation, Gino had been hitting the ball good, and he got the shot. This next week, it could be Reese, but they're both, I'm still the same thing, we're not changing. They'll both be going in the game, getting ready to kick, so I'm not gonna change that.
I know this is a pretty obvious answer you're gonna say, but does it feel like Taj is underappreciated outside of here, especially with kind of how much
Yeah.
some people look at running backs?
Yeah, I think, you know, there's some good running backs in our conference, obviously. There's good running backs nationally. Yeah, like I said, I still go back to say, just watch the guy. Watch what he does at the line of scrimmage every game. Watch what he's done for us, you know, from last year to from when he's been here. You know, he's created some of his own runs, makes big plays, and then, like I said, his blocking is unbelievable. So yeah, I know there's a lot of great running backs across the country, but I think for what Taj does for this team, I mean, it's unbelievable. And I mean, I can't. You've heard me say it enough. The guy's the most. I think he's the best in the country. You know, just for making people miss, the way he blocks, the way he carries himself. So, yeah.
Coach McGuire mentioned yesterday that you maybe do a meditation or anything like that. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, he says a lot of things about what I do. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Anything that he doesn't do, I'm the opposite. You know, he thinks we can win every game. I'm the one that thinks we can lose every game, according to him. But yeah, you know, I did start some. I mean, I think you guys know I got some issues of my own I deal with just as a person, positive ones. But yeah, I do a little meditation. I've tried to get him to do it. It's just 15 minutes just to clear my mind every day. I don't know what I think of, but I definitely do. It clears my mind, but it seems like when I stand up, everything I was thinking about comes back in my mind. But yeah, I try. I'm sure I'm going to get DMs from someone says I should be doing it for 30 minutes or, you know, different ways to help me. But it's 15 minutes just to clear my mind every day, and then I get up and I'm ready to go. So.
Did you learn that at the same time that Taj did with the rec and recovery, or was that something you?
No, Taj doesn't tell me nothing. I don't know if Taj tells you that. Taj doesn't ever share anything that any of his success. He knows I was every bit as athletic. That's the one thing we do talk about is I was every bit as athletic as Taj. He's probably a little bigger than I was. I was 170 pounds. He's 230 pounds. So, but no, I don't know. I read it somewhere. Someone told me about it. It's not like I knew how to do it. I read it. Meditation might be good. So I did it, and it's been working.
How much do you encourage your rooms to do that as well?
I think our guys do. I mean, I think like I said, rec and recovery. I think it's, you know, anything. These guys nowadays, it's a lot different than when I played football. I mean, you just went out there and played. Then you went and had a job afterwards, and you just can't do it. These guys nowadays are so specialized. They're so athletic. They're so explosive. Their nutrition, you know, Hannah Peters, unbelievable what she does. Lance Barlow, their strength and conditioning. And then, you know, we have, you know, our psychology. We have so many avenues for these guys now. It's hard not to be successful. So yeah, if I had all the stuff Taj has, I'd probably be just as good as Taj back in the day. That's a lie. I wouldn't be that good.
Joey did compliment your beard last week.
Yeah, what do you think? I think it's I don't know. I've never had a beard my whole life, and you know, I've been mature since I think I started about 14 or 15. But I grew it, and I think it's sticking. My family likes it. Jackie loves it, so I don't know. I'm gonna keep it. Most of our players, they've kind of said, Coach, you need to keep the beard. And plus, we've been winning, so I damn sure ain't gonna shave it anytime soon.